take 5. All right. Good evening, everyone. Imagine this. A school district cuts funding for extracurricular programs. Your younger sibling or child loses access to after-school activities, such as sports or arts that they absolutely are passionate about. You're frustrated. We all love politics. But the kicker is, this didn't happen in Washington, D.C. It happened right here by your local school board. And chances are, only 1 in 5 eligible voters even showed up to decide who sits on that board. My name is Spencer Finch, and I want to talk to you about something most people don't think about enough: voting in local elections. I've researched this topic extensively, especially in the context of our Temple community here in Bell County, Texas. And I'm here to show you that local elections aren't just important, they directly shape our everyday lives. Today I'll persuade you of 3 things. 1, local elections impact your daily life in big ways. 2, low voter turnout means your individual vote matters more than ever. And 3, younger generations of voters have the power to drive meaningful changes if they show up. Local elections determine policies on things that impact us constantly: roads, water, safety, schools, housing, and taxes. For example, the Bell County Commissioners Court approved property taxes increase in 2023 that affected thousands of homeowners. That decision, made by local officials we elect. According to the National Civic League, local governments are responsible for almost 80% of public infrastructure decisions, including zoning laws, road maintenance, and water systems. What happens on your block, in your school, or at your job, that's all local government. If that's not enough, let's talk about what happens when people don't vote. National elections get the spotlight. We set Bell County early turnout records during the last general election with a total voter turnout of 55%. That's of all eligible registered voters. But local turnout rates are still below 20% typically. In Bell County, turnout for the 2023 local elections was just 11.7%. That means fewer than 1 in 10 voters are making decisions that affect all of us. One recent example, in 2021, a school bond election in Belton ISD failed by just 32 votes. Just imagine 32 more people showed up, or 33 technically. Voting for the other side would have changed the vote. Because so few people turned out, a handful of voters decided the future of school funding for thousands of students. This is where your voice matters. When turnout is low, your vote is powerful. Another more recent example, just 4 months after our record-setting general election turnout, we had a local election in May 2025 to elect the City of Temple District 1 council member, 1 seat there. The incumbent, Jessica Walker, received just 358 votes to reclaim her position, while her opponent, C.J. Grisham, received only 95 votes. That is a local voter turnout of only 3.4% of over 13,000 registered voters. And speaking of powerful voices, let's talk about the younger generation of voters. Young people care deeply about big issues: climate change, racial justice, education, affordable housing, health care. But in local elections, they're nearly invisible. In 2022, only 27% of voters age 18 through 29 participated in local elections. But here's the amazing news. If they get involved and show up, they can swing elections. A powerful real-world example comes from Sacramento in 2022. Youth advocates working through the SAC Kids First Coalition helped lead the campaign for Measure L, a ballot initiative that created a children's fund bringing millions of dollars to children's programs through taxing local cannabis revenue. The measure provides mental health counseling, wellness services, and it was and according to the UCLA report on the campaign highlights how young voters not only were voting, but also were organizing, surveying peers, building coalitions, and shaping policy priorities. Their leadership shows how young engagement in local elections can produce lasting resources for mental health in their own communities. We can't expect people to vote if they don't know what's on the ballot. One solution is better voter education in high schools, colleges, and online. Nonpartisan platforms like Ballot Ready and Vote411.org provide free personalized sample ballots and information about candidates. Making it easier to understand what's at stake makes it easier for people to show up. Let me leave you with this. Voting in local elections isn't just a civic duty. It's one of the most direct, powerful ways to create change where we live. From our classrooms and roads to our parks and safety, these decisions aren't distant or abstract. They're happening right here, right now, and they need your voice. So next time there's a city council race or a school board vote, don't sit out. Be the person who shows up. Be the voice that can make a difference. Thank you.